Hello, this is a video on how to play the card game Hamlet. Hamlet is a version of solitaire. What you will need is two standard 52 card decks. Hamlet is played with two decks of cards and begins with all 104 cards being dealt into 13 piles of 8 cards. So if you look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 piles here, and each pile has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So 13 piles of 8 cards. The first card is dealt face down, and all other cards are dealt face up. So do note that the first card in each pile is dealt face down. If there are any kings dealt in the face of cards in a pile, they are automatically moved to the bottom card of the pile. And so do note that essentially, think of it like this. We'll have 8 kings, and so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kings here showing. And so if you have any kings dealt face up in a pile, they are moved to the bottom of the pile, and so every card in that pile would then be face up, right? And so the first card is dealt face down, but if while you are dealing, you deal a king face up, then it is moved to the bottom of the pile, and all cards in that pile are dealt face up. The player may move the top card in any of the 13 piles. They can move that card to the foundations building up from ace to king by suit, or to other piles building down regardless of suit. This means that you can move a card from one pile to another if it is one rank lower, regardless of the suit, as shown right there. And so do note that when all the cards in the pile have been removed, the pile no longer exists and cannot be used. A good strategy is to try and free the aces to move to the foundations as soon as possible. Also, it is a good card to leave one card in a pile as long as possible so that you have an extra pile which can be used to move around cards. Remember, if a pile is empty, it cannot be used afterwards, and so you want to keep as many piles as you can, keeping your options open. So we want to free up the aces. This ace is right here. I believe we should be able to free it up here. We will start off by a 3 and then a 2, moving as so. Now, what we can do is we can free up another ace. We can free up either the ace here or the ace there. Kings are moved to the bottom of the pile, and so it is impossible to move this queen until we unlock a king. Thus, we will move this 9, but we don't really have anything open, so it's hard to free that ace. You have an ace there, it's quite deep, an ace there as well, and an ace here. What we can do is we can... This is quite hard here. We do have quite a bad hand, now that I look at it, and so I will restart here, just for the sake of it, in an attempt to get a somewhat better hand. Some of this does depend on luck, right? If you get a very bad hand with all the aces like at the bottom, it's almost impossible to win. And so what we will do is we will indeed try our best to now free up that 2 of spades. We will then free up the 3 of spades, as well as the 2 of clovers. We will then free up the 3 of clovers. We can free up the 4 of spades as well. So we will do that. We will then free up the 3 of clovers if we can, as well as any other ace. So this is quite a hard game. One of the hardest there is. And so I am already stuck because I am quite bad at this game. We will try to free up that 5 of spades, and let's see if we can do it like so. Now that got 5, 6, 7 from right there, and then we took the 8 of spades as well. Now we are looking for either the 9 of spades, the 3 of clubs, and so let's look for the 3 of clubs. Three of clubs is right there. Is there any way we can free that? I believe so. What we will do, we will free up that 3 of clubs. Now, what can we do from here? A 4 of clubs. 4 of clubs is right there. Can we free it up? I believe we should be able to. But I would also like to free up this set of cards right there, simply because it unlocks a lot of possibilities. And so this is automatically doing stuff for me. What I will do is I will turn off the setting for autocomplete there. So now I have to manually do it because it is a bit more realistic. Obviously, if you are playing in real life, it's not that realistic that you will get all of this automatically completed for you. 3, we can go with 4. Now, what we are looking for is a 4 of clubs, which is right there. We can go ahead and make that move. Now, what we are looking for is the 5 of clubs. 5 of clubs is right there. We have to go ahead and try to free up the 5 of clubs. How can we free up the 5 of clubs? Well, we need to unlock a 5 somewhere else so that we are able to move this 4. What I'll do is I'll move that 7 there, prompting me to move that 6 there. I can then move this 10, freeing up this 5. That allows me to take this 4 of hearts there, moving the 5 of clubs. Now, what else can we free up? Well, we need a 6 of clubs. Where is the 6 of clubs? Right there. We need the 5 of hearts, but we need to free up the 3, so we will go ahead and do that. Now we need the 7 of clubs here. And so I'm actually not playing this properly. What you want to do is you want to look at, hey, what is the next card I can use for each foundation pile? And out of all of the possible cards needed, which one is the easiest to obtain? So the 7 of clubs is right there, quite easy to obtain. The 9 of spades. 9 of spades right there, as well as right there, as well as, okay, that's it. There are only going to be 2, I did forget. The 6 of hearts. 6 of hearts, right there. 7 of hearts, nope. But we can get, where is the 7 of hearts now? Because that would help us out a lot. The 7 of hearts is right there. What else? What about the 2 of clubs? Clovers, same thing. It's not that close anywhere to be seen. 2 of diamonds could be obtained if we can move this queen, which we cannot. And so what we will do is we will indeed go for the 7 of clubs. Where is that 7 of clubs? Right there. Seven of clubs. Now we are looking for the 8 of clubs. As well as the 9 of spades. 8 of clubs is right there. What about the 9 of clubs? Not anywhere to be seen. 9 of spades. Not anywhere on the top. 7 of hearts. Not anywhere at the top. Two of clubs, nope. And two of diamonds, nope. So, what we will have to do here is we will have to sort of find out what card we would like to move next. I would like to move the nine of clubs. I would like to do that because that will open up a lot of possibilities for me. And so, where's the nine of clubs? The nine of clubs is right there. Do we have any other closer nine of clubs? No, we don't. Okay, so let's begin our sequence here. We have to unlock a 7 somehow. And so this is quite hard to do. We have to free up a 7 somehow. We have to do it. If I can free up this queen as well, that would be greatly beneficial. So what I'll do is I'll actually try freeing up this 10 here, which I cannot do. So what's our next move here? Well, let's look at something else. We want to get to the 9 of clubs. We can't do that right now. There's no possible way. Let's see. Is there any... Simply because none of these cards can actually be moved onto each other. Now that I think about it, none of them are one rank apart. And so we've encountered a stalemate. We cannot make any legal move. We have lost the game of Hamlet Solitaire. And so let's just wrap it up one more time. Hamlet is played with two standard 52 card decks, and it begins with all 104 cards being dealt into 13 piles of 8 cards. The first card is dealt face down. In a pile, all other cards are dealt face up. If there are kings dealt in a pile, in the face up cards of a pile, they are flipped up and moved to the bottom, with every other card in that pile being flipped up as well. The player may move the top card in any of the 13 piles. They can move that card to the foundations, building up from ace to king by suit, or to the other piles, building down one rank lower, regardless of suit. When all the cards in a pile have been removed, the pile no longer exists and cannot be used. A good strategy is to try and free the aces to move to the foundations as soon as possible. Also, it is a good idea to leave one card in a pile as long as possible, so that you are able to use that pile to move around more cards. The more piles, the more movement possibilities, the lesser chance that you will get stuck. That wraps up how to play Hamlet, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.